Mystic Village. Hold on, Mystic Village. I'll be right back. See if anybody comes on. Mystic Village. Hey, Mystic Village. Hold on. I'm getting set up. I'm back. Mystic Village. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hey, Riri. Diana's in the house. Linda, hi. Hey. I tried to come on earlier and then something happened and then I couldn't. I wasn't planning on coming on, but I thought I would. How's everybody? I was thinking about, oh, thanks, Riri. Um, I was thinking about, does everybody have their wine? Do we have our wine glasses? I was thinking about doing, maybe like one night a week, doing live readings. Cheers. Doing live readings. So I set up a PayPal donation link, whatever you want to donate. Just to come on and do live readings. They would be public. So unless you want them to remain anonymous, you can email me and I can do it that way. But what do you all think of that? Doing like a live feed of live readings? Having a glass of apothic. Ooh, yours sounds better than mine. Mine's I think this is a cab. You'd like to do that? So whatever you all wanted to donate doesn't have to be larger, and I'd rather do something like that than have super chat, or I tried to set up with Streamlab, which is confusing as hell for me. And because I'm an intuitive channel, I'd rather do something like that for something like exchange for super chats or donations. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, so I wanted to run that by you guys if you're interested. The readings would be public. And if you want to remain anonymous, you can email me. And the only types of questions I don't take are third party extramarital affair relationship questions. I don't do those. Health questions, as well as predicting your lottery numbers or how many. So there is, certain things I won't answer. So They would be like a mini reading. They would be a mini reading, and uh, I thought it would be fun to do one night. Like maybe if we can do it like one night a week or something like that. Let me turn my phone down. So, so yeah, I thought it would be fun because last night I was on here for 2.5 hours. Then I started channeling everybody in the room, which I wasn't expecting to do. And I was like, well, why don't I just do, reading? So, um, and I haven't done anything like a live reading online for, oh gosh, over 2 years. So I just thought it would be fun. And so I enabled and set up a PayPal strictly for Diary of a Mystic. And I have the address in the description box below. Most likely a good night for me would probably be on Sundays, Fridays or Sunday nights, maybe through the week, but we'll work it out. So I thought it would be fun for you guys. It's snowing here, and so I have my hoodie on and um, waiting and counting down the hours until we get to spring. But I think it's daylight savings time this Sundays. You got to spring forward. So I'm happy about spring's on its way. Who's over it? Who's experiencing winter and who's over it? I know I am. So anyway, so last night was fun. I really enjoyed everybody stopping in, commenting, spending time with me, and it was a really. I kind of watched parts of it back, and it was just really peaceful, and it just had a nice vibe to it. So I was happy about that. It had a nice vibe, a nice vibey vibe. So, and then I kind of went down the rabbit hole again today with watching more CW videos talking about it and have their theories and stuff. And I'm just like, oh God, I guess. So it's almost now like it's almost like a bad habit. So you're ready for spring. You love winter. Last night I had trouble with your Wi-Fi, really? I didn't know why you kept buffering, and then I fell asleep. Oh, well, on my laptop, I seem to have a better connection, so that's good. For some reason, my phone, when I was using my phone, it wasn't so great. So, but if I buffer, let me know. If I start to buffer. Uh, but anyway, the laptop's reflecting in my eyes. It's kind of weird. So I'm just chilling, having some wine. The girls are out there watching TV, doing their thing. And I thought I'd hop on. It's almost 9 o'clock here. And I'm just like, just going to relax. And I was watching a few other YouTubers earlier and just trying to relax. So what are you guys up to? Anything fun? I know Riri's having a glass of wine. Oh, I did. I did see that where there was a demon, like a large black shadow behind Dr. Phil. I did see that. Cooking dinner. Cool. What are we having? Wine with me. Wine with you, sister. Riri. This is my first glass, so maybe we'll have two glasses together. I don't know. I did see the channel that put that video up, and the only thing that I can say, I have two thoughts. One is when Dr. Phil turns, is when that black shadow turns. If you go back and watch that, it's when he turns to speak to the attorney, that shadow also moves. But that's not to say that there could not have been some form of a shadow or some form of entity behind him. Okay. Make sure I hydrate. Yeah, if I don't hydrate, I do get a headache. I'll have I'll have a little hangover in the morning. Second bottle of water, good for you. So I did see that video. That was a good catch. That channel did find a really good catch. Baked Parmesan chicken. That sounds tasty. We made we got an air fryer and we made chicken last night in the air fryer and it was really good. The air fryer was it's too bad you can't put a whole lot in an air fryer, but it was really good and not and easy cleanup. I love an easy cleanup. That sounds really tasty. Are you going to have anything else with that? Salad, rice, risotto, something like that. So that was interesting. And I also saw that news reports, not all of them, but a couple of news reports, if you guys read, said that he felt like something overtook him, that he either said or made an inclination that he felt possessed. We haven't done the French fries yet, but I'm a potato addict too. I love a good potato. So, I mean, I don't know, and many people are going to say, "Oh, well, it doesn't excuse what he did." No, certainly not. Um, but I also still believe in that there was something that was with what the act that he committed. Some type of evil has to come over you or enter your mind, evil thought. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, but a lot of people don't believe what he said. I'm not going to get this in the CW chat, but a lot of people don't believe what he said, which I totally get. Um, so we'll see. This hopefully one day will not be the topic of conversation all the time. A lot of people are just really, 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 really still talking about it. I'm still talking about it. I can't shut up. Let's change subject, shall we? So I thought it would be fun to come on and do readings, live readings with you. Send a donation into my PayPal link, and they'll be on camera live with you publicly. So if you want to remain anonymous, you'll have to email me before, and or you can email me while the live is on because I do have other devices that I can see my email. So we'll work it out. But I thought it would be fun. Um, so what else is happening? What are our weekend plans? Anything? Any weekend plans? What's playing at the movies? Like, I haven't been to the movies in forever, and I really wanted to see, and I missed it. I really wanted to see a lot of the movies um, that got nominated for Oscars and won. Like, I haven't even seen A Star Is Born remake. I didn't see that. The what was it? The Green Book. I wanted to see that. I missed everything. I totally missed it. What's going on? I don't get to movies often either. I know. Well, we were going to go to the movies about a month ago, but nothing was really playing. I kind of miss the days when my daughter was younger because we'd go see really fun movies, you know. together, which we still do, but it was just kind of different back then when they're younger. I'm just kind of in the mood to go to the movies. I love a good movie and popcorn. I love it. So how did you feel this morning when you woke up from yesterday's drama? From yesterday's reveal? How did you guys feel? Oh, Captain Marvel's playing Medea Family Funeral. I love Medea. Greta looks creepy to me. I'm like not really want to see it. How to Train Your Dragon, the Lego movie. Well, that's what's playing in my town. If I would go see anything, it would be a Medea Family Funeral. I love Medea. Apparently, he's going to retire Medea. So anyway, I see people coming in and then leaving. They're probably like, "What's she doing? What is she up to?" What is she up to? Laughter is the best medicine. Life's too serious sometimes. We got to laugh, right? Oh, being a living caretaker is a tough gig. Lost a kitty. Oh, I'm sorry, Riri. Losing another. What's going on with your kitty cats? I think you have a very calming way. Your voice is soothing and you were chill last night. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, it's funny, back in high school, of course, that was a long time ago now, my voice was a little higher than this, and I used to get made fun of for my voice. And in high school, they would make fun of me. And of course, years later, so many people that I speak to in public or online really always compliment me now for my voice. I'm like, take that, bitches. I'm just kidding. All of your cat had a litter, 5, so they're all the same age, and they're passing. Our cat had a litter last April, and one of them died right after birth. Wonder if they have any type of virus. Because I know we went through a couple of years ago. We went through a, what's it called? Like an upper respiratory infection with the cat, with a cat that we had adopted from the animal shelter. We brought her home, didn't know she was sick, and she infected all of our cats. And so we didn't know she was sick until we brought her home. And then they all got it. Well, I hope your kitties feel better. Absolutely. Did you hear that dog bark? We have our neighbors' dogs. The neighbors' dogs are kind of like our alarm. They'll tell you if anything's out there. These guys are all about 18. Did the vet help you? Yeah, we had to go get medicine uh, to give to the cats, and it cleared up the upper respiratory infection. It's expensive to take a bunch of cats to the vet, but you know what? It was worth it because it could have gotten worse. But you think you're doing a good thing by adopting a cat from a shelter, and then you bring it home and it's sick. And we're like, really? So that cat was real expensive. And then the cat decided to run away, chased a bunny, and we never saw it again. Oh, well, we've spent more money on other things that were probably not as special as a cat. I'm a cat person. I grew up with dogs too, but um, I love a dog. Don't get me wrong, but I like a cat's personality. Cat's personality is because all personalities, of course, dogs and cats and whatever type of pet you have, are all different. But cats in particular all have their same habits. They're creatures of habit. They all have their same place they like to go that's very different from the other. They all have their same way you like to pet them. You know what I'm saying? So they have their own silly thing that they do. And some of them like catnip, some of them don't. But we trained our cats to go outside to use the bathroom and then they'll come in. Wung. Riri, I didn't know that. His girlfriend's going to be at 2020 at 10. Is it KK or is it another girlfriend? Is it Crystal Jean Lee? The rodeo queen's going to be on 2020? Oh, she can't talk to the media. Who's the GF? I wonder. Must be a past GF. Do tell. I didn't hear that. My head's itching from this hoodie, but my hair's a mess. Um, ooh, do tell. I see. I really don't even look at the news unless I'm searching for something. That's pretty interesting at 10 o'clock. I don't know if we get, what is that, ABC? 2020 is on ABC. I don't even know if we get that channel. Wonder if anybody's going to be live streaming that. That's what I love about these YouTubers, that they'll live stream events where, some people can't see them at that time or they don't have the capabilities to watch it. Oh, it's an X. Yeah, she's not allowed. Oh, NBC. She's not allowed to talk to the media. That's cool. So I wonder what she's going to say about him. I hope this. I hope that this case with him gets to be more mainstream and more noticeable because so much attention's been paid to the CW bullshit, and it's just kind of like, all right, let's move on. But I'd like to see more come out or more talked about with this case. And if you guys ever want me to look into stuff, just email me to look at a case. I've had several emails and to look at things, and doesn't mean that I'm going to do it, do a reading on that particular case or subject or person, but I'll look at it. So I appreciate any leads or tips or what's going on over here. So I'd like to I'd like to look into other things. I don't know what's going on with the Nicole Olson case. Does anybody know? Because I tried to get updates on that and I haven't seen anything. So, oh, you're recording it, Riri. Cool. Oh, it's Dateline. Oh, Dateline. Did anybody see the R. Kelly interview with Gayle King? I just watched that this afternoon. Did you guys catch that? Gayle King's my girl. I'm like, whoa, how she sat there so composed during his outburst. I'm thinking, I hope she's got a bodyguard or someone on set who's a big guy. Or, she could probably kick R. Kelly's ass herself, but I'm just like, Jesus. Can can you share what happened to you and how young you were when you realized you were in touch with spirits? Sure. Let me see what these dogs are barking at real quick. They're probably barking at a cat. I just want to make sure. think they're barking at our cats. Well, when I was young, um, the first memory, and I've talked about this before, the first memory that I had of experiencing, I guess, spirit or spirit contact or something paranormal or supernatural was when I was very young. And I was around probably 2.5 to 3. Now, most people are like, well, you can't remember anything from that age. Well, you can, I do. And so I talked about this once on a live, but I saw what looked like uh, little men or little dwarves or like gnome people. I guess maybe you'd even call them like elementals. Of course, I didn't know what that was when I was that age as a baby, but they were all in a row at the end of my mom's bed and they were speaking to me. And I told her what I had seen, and there was maybe like four, there's like more than four, there's like five of them, but there was a taller one that was doing a lot of the talking, smiling. He was laughing with me and like speaking to me. So that's my earliest memory. And I told her that, right? But I also was eating her chapstick when I saw that. Maybe it was the chapstick. I don't know. I remember eating the chapstick. I don't know why I ate the chapstick. I don't know why. So that's my earliest memory. But then uh, after that, my mother passed away when I was about 3.5. So after that, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents on the weekend, my mother's parents. And my grandfather was a beekeeper, he was a farmer, he was a gardener, he grew his own food. And so I learned how to connect to the land. And my grandmother was very religious. She was very much into going to church, and I went to Sunday school and I learned a lot about Jesus, but I also learned a lot about angels from her. She would teach me about and talked about my guardian angel. You almost spit your wine out. She would talk to me about my guardian angel when I was little. And we would pray all the time together before bed. So she taught me that. My dad, who raised me, we never went to church. Um, we never did anything like that. But when I would go see them and visit with them, that's what I learned. So I feel because of that, and spending time outside a lot and spending time with my grandma and spending time and it's funny what you pick up as a child. My curiosity or my magnetic attraction to the paranormal or the occult started when I was around 12. And I didn't know what to call it. I didn't know what I was feeling, but back then, we didn't have Google or the internet. So I would go to the library in the occult section, the astrology new age section, and I would read. And this was in the 80s, so I would read and check out books. And that's how I learned. And that's kind of how I found myself was from doing that. Well, the occult's anything that's mysterious as in terms of anything metaphysical. Okay. So um, I was drawn to that type of subject. So I didn't talk to anybody about it. That was my interest. And then my interest grew as I got older into other things. So I studied a lot of different spiritual paths, um, started studying divination, and that's just how it came about for me. But not solely was I just having pure paranormal experiences. I was really kind of developing my own attachment to uh, different magical systems, different magical traditions. But at the same time, I was always a big believer in the other side or the spirit world because of my mom and her connection to me from a very young age. So, because of that and what I've witnessed myself or what I've experienced from a young age is what set me up to better understand the spirit world because she has been communicating with me since I was young through actual uh, communication. So, and after my daughter was born, who she's named after, she also has had a couple of experiences directly from my mom or her grandmother. So that's just where I'm coming from now. Nobody else in my family uh, does what I do. Nobody else in my family goes around talking about this stuff. This is all me. So anyway, to answer your question, I was very young when I felt that I was in touch with spirit. Okay, but it came through to me as a form of what I would look back on now as an elemental or nature type of energy. Okay. I mean, maybe they were like guardian spirits, maybe they were elemental spirits, nature spirits, but because of that memory and interaction, and then other things, and I grew up in a house uh, in a really old town. I grew up in a house that was built in 1806 and it was used as a Civil War hospital. So I grew up in this old house in this old town. And you know how when you're a child, you can kind of sense things? So my childhood was, of course, a happy one and a fun one. But I also was living in this house and was experiencing things in this house. And so it was different. So ever since then, um, I'm very sensitive to that type of energy, or I pick up on it more um, than most people. That doesn't mean that I'm, more special or, oh, I'm just more gifted. It's not that at all. I'm just kind of like, when you turn the radio dial on and you kind of get a really good strong connection to that favorite song that you love. That's how I kind of look at it. I just have a stronger connection to it. And it's because of years and years and years and years of practicing divination, of doing other things in my spiritual life. It's just strengthened itself for where I'm at in my life. So anybody can, I believe anybody can develop or strengthen or tune your psychic abilities because we're all born with intuition. Anyway, that's my speech. So your bio dad drowned when you were 18 months old. You were still sleeping in your crib. And after he passed, you clearly remember men and women walking through walls. Right. Well, that's interesting because that's how my mother passed. My mother, um, it was a drowning accident. She's accidental drowning. So even at the young age of a baby, 18 months old, don't discount what you were seeing because that was clearly something that you were aware of. And babies are very sensitive, so don't discount that. So I can identify with your story because that's how my mother passed. Trusting your intuition, yeah. Trusting your intuition in the line of work that I do, a lot of people will come to me with questions and they need validation to things they already know intuitively about themselves, about their situation, but they need validation to hear it from someone else, whether that's through me, whether that's through a therapist, whether that's through a friend, whether that's through a life coach. Okay. And we somehow get off track with using and trusting our own intuition. I've done it a million times. And then you look back and you say to yourself, man, I was right. So I believe that we're all born with a GPS called intuition. It's within us, it's in nature, it's in the stars. There's a compass that we just know how to navigate ourselves, navigate our lives if we only listen to it. So it's hard to trust ourselves because we second guess, we listen to what others' opinions are, or, we just have a hard time doing that. So, but we're all born with intuition, and it's not something that's outside of ourselves. It's there. Some of us are born with it, that's stronger. Some of us are born with different abilities. So it can always be strengthened, and it can always be something that you can do through a lot of different techniques to strengthen it, etc. So anyway, you guys are welcome to ask me questions about anything. I don't know what it is. I'm halfway through this glass of wine and it's like a heavy wine. And so I'm already like, woo. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. It's strong though. It's a strong wine. I'm taking these things off because I keep getting reflectors in my eyeballs. Getting more vino. That's funny. My dad calls it vino. Getting more vino. Getting more vino. So, anything to do with uh any people are very quick to dismiss anything that they find is not based in fact or scientific fact. And there's many things that are going on around us that are happening that very much tie into synchronicities, that very much tie into different energies at play that we may not even see with our own visible eye. And so people are very quick to dismiss that logic. And I'm very much a person who likes fact, okay, but I'm also someone who's very much into signs and symbols and receiving or different types of messages, different types of ways. So it's just something that I was always attracted to, and I'm happy to come on and talk about that stuff with you because I think that you guys like attracts like. So many of you are attracted to me because of the same similar interests or the same similar ideas, or perhaps you have questions or you're wanting to learn more, whatever it is. I mean, that's why I watch people and read books by people that I'd like to learn from or have an interest in. So it's no different. It is no different. If you guys want to ask me questions, please do. And I'm pretty open online about things in my life. Many things I keep private, but if you have any questions at all, get out your glasses of wine. It's wine. It's wine o'clock. It's wine Friday. This girl needs some wine. That's what my glass says. There ain't no shame in the game. Y'all come home on a Friday evening and have a cocktail. I worked hard all week, and that's my little rewards. Don't be sitting there judging. I'm just kidding. Nice. So, been paying more attention to signs and say thank you with much gratitude. That's awesome because gratitude really is, if you want to attract more into your life, if you really want to kind of attract more of something that you want, you have to really express the gratitude And, how many times do we hear about Oprah talking about a gratitude list or her gratitude journal? And she wasn't joking. It kind of sounds cheesy, but it's true. Expressing thanks, expressing your gratitude, waking up when your feet hit the floor and saying thank you for another day. Thank you for another opportunity. It's just gratitude. It keeps the world going round. After this week, I've earned this. Amen, Riri. Me too. Indeed. Indeed. Well, Mercury retrograde started Tuesday, so we're in that for the next 3 weeks until March 28th. So good luck. If your ex comes back from the past, don't answer the call. Let's see. A lot of miscommunication can happen, reset things, returns of things. Try not to get into verbal arguments or fights. I had a big blow up one time during a Mercury retrograde, and that blow up never reached, that blow up never healed itself. And that was over a year. So seriously, so just be careful. Ree, Ree needs her wrench. Oh, Ree does need her wrench. How do I do that on here? Ree needs her wrench. I'll give Ree her wrench. How do I do that on here? Oh, wait. Oh, that was easy. There you go. Whoops. Ree's got her wrench. All I had to do was click. Ree, congratulations to Riri. She got her wrench. You go, girl, because Riri got my back, just like Diana. Your birthday's Monday. Woo! Happy birthday to Riri. I always say if the past calls, don't answer it. It's got nothing new to tell you. Isn't that the truth? Honest to God, I really, there's some things from my past that I kind of want to revisit because it was a heck of a good time. But any ex-boyfriends, or if you got any ex-girlfriends, you know, return of the ex. No, we don't need that in our lives. We don't. Cheers. Cheers to Riri got her wrench. Hey, Sylvia, you want some wine now? Well, Riri's got the best bottle in the house. Mine's a cheap wine, but it's hearty and strong. I just might be getting tipsy on camera. I'm a lightweight. Mystic Village. We should do a Mystic Village wine. Do you think anybody would buy it? Mystic Village. Oh, Mystic Village. Riri got her wrench. You've not had many serious relationships. Thank you so much. This was on sale for $7.99. I love it. I do like a sweet wine. I like a sweet wine, but I think honestly, this bottle that I bought is from Aldi's, and it was $6.99. Riri. There ain't no shame in the game. I'll buy Aldi's wine. I'll even buy Dollar General wine. Got a Dollar General in your area? They make their own wine. There ain't no shame in the game. Okay. CVS too has their own wine. I know you're not afraid to use your wrench. Well, Diana's been lucky so far. I don't think, Diana, have you had to crack down with the wrench, with the wrenches? You're not afraid to use your wrench. I'm so mad that my Aldi's doesn't sell. I heard some Aldi's don't sell alcohol. Why is that? Oh yeah, Diana hasn't had to use her wrench. Diana, it's coming. It's coming. When my subscriber count goes up, it's probably most likely going to happen. We'll get a Village Idiot in here sometime, because they're not part of Mystic Village. That's the Village Idiot. I don't know why some Aldis don't sell alcohol. Why is that? My Aldi sells beer, they have wine, and I think that's about it. But um, they also sell plants, flowers, candles. Uh, what else? They have like an aisle that's just like stuff. But even their flower bouquets are really pretty and they're cheap. I'm just like, I kind of feel bad buying that, but they're pretty and they're if you're on a budget. Trader Joe's sells $2 buck chuck. What the hell's a buck chuck? In Cali, but not in PA. Well, your wrench sisters in Cali. What's a buck chuck? The closest Trader Joe's to where I live is probably about 45 minutes from here. Is that a red wine, a buck chuck? It's a buck chuck. I like a good wine. I like to drink. I like a good margarita, you know, but I do like a good glass of wine. Now, in the summertime, you'll see me switch over to whites. I'll be drinking the blancs, the whites. We'll get away from the rouge, and we'll get to the blancs. They call it $2 chuck, and it's reds. Oh, I'm guessing because it's $2. This glass actually came from Dollar Tree. This cute little wine stemless wine glass. This girl needs wine. It came from the Dollar Tree. And it's good. It's a heavy glass. I was kind of impressed. It's probably made in China. You know, if you're not into that, my boyfriend is so like anti stuff like that. He likes to see things made in America, the USA. He really does. Like, "Oh, I'm not buying that." Anyway. Oh my. So I two buck chuck. Well, next time I'm at Trader Joe's, I'm gonna look for that $2 chuck. Hey, water ski mom. How you doing? Um we're having our vino, as Riri calls it. Happy Friday to you. Thanks for stopping in. The Copa banana. Oh my God. I love that. I'm good, water ski. How are you doing? I've chatted on I think was it Jay for Justice's live stream the other day, and you said hi to me. Oh, thank you. I love the Copa banana. That is hilarious. I love a good gay bar trust. Back in the day, one of my roommates was drag queen. We went to the gay bar all the time. We used to go into DC to a gay bar called Tracks back in the day. And so Brookie here is not new to that crowd. So I would love to go to the Copa Banana. Their margaritas are famous. You did say hi to me. And it's funny because I don't chat on these lives from other channels most of the time, but I was so grateful that she put that up. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. Because I was dying to listen to it and I was really grateful. So thanks for saying hi to me. I would love to come to Philly. I don't know why I'm holding my wine glass like it's a commercial. I'd love to come to Philly. That would be fun. I'd love to visit Philly. Oh, Philly. wonder how long Philly is from where I live. I'll have to Google that. We have family that lives outside of Philly. That chat was flying, wasn't it, that day? Woohoo! Hey, Sherry Kirk. We made it, girlfriend. Get out your vino, as Riri calls it. We made it. We made it. Yes, we did. What a week, huh? Did this week seem long to you guys? It was just kind of like after once Wednesday hit, it was like, okay, we can do this. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna make it. And then, there's lots of fun places, I bet. I bet. Well, they live outside of Philly. My stepmom's family, well, her sister does, so I have to find out where she is exactly. Not in, it's like outside of Philly, but not far from Philly. You did feel anxious after those tapes. I know, right? So last night we had a candlelight vigil to honor Shanann and the babies, and it was very peaceful. And we read some prayers, and we just chatted about it. And I think our anxiety levels are. I mean, other YouTubers are reacting to other YouTubers. I mean, people are just like fired up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just over here in my own lane drinking this. It was high energy drama this week. People were really kind of really feeling really reacting to things. Riri just got her wrench. So we're celebrating Friday. Riri got her wrench. Riri got her wrench. She did. Riri, you need to send me your address and um, send me your address. I have Diana's address, but I'm going to send something to both of you for being my wrenches. So send me your address. Don't post it here, but you can send it to me. Oni does always pray. Yeah, I've heard him pray before. Yeah. Just feel you need a cleanse of all this. Absolutely, don't we? It's just, I don't know if people, the investigators, or if the DA, or even if the families realize how much the public is really kind of like, it's been hard on us. I mean, I'm not saying it's hard, but it's been like we're all like really committed to figuring what the hell happened. It's just consumed a lot of our time. So yeah, it's just like you need a good cleanse. Get it out, girl. Take a spiritual bath, get out your sage, smudge something. I didn't bring my smudge in the room. Oh, I didn't even smudge tonight. I normally smudge when we're on. You're getting comfy clothes on, get some wine. You can't open it. I bet Riri has a good bottle opener. You're happy and proud. I know you should be. You got your Oscar. It is kind of like getting a YouTube Oscar, right? You get a wrench. Well, that's because you've always been like, give this girl a thumbs up, like, give her, you've always been really just kind of like supportive, of course, and I just really appreciate it. You don't need to send me anything. Well, my favorite color is purple, but you don't need to send me anything. You're empathetic too, yes. We're all very much empaths. Even the ones that do true crime investigations, I mean, they're empathic. Many of them are very psychic too. Many of them are very psychic. Salt bath, shower, wash it down the drain. Amen, sister. Waiting for the other show to drop or shoe? I had the bond with you right away. I know Riri's like my sister from another mister. We're from another life. We were separated at birth. Shoe. You said shoe. I don't know why I keep holding my glass like this, like it's like Mystic Village wine. Taste the village next time you need a glass. I don't know why I'm holding my glass like this. I'm a mess. Let's do a Mystic Village wine. I think that would be funny as hell. Is my voice calming? Thank you. You're the second person to tell me that. They used to make fun of me in high school, water ski mom. Oh, your voice, you really talk like that? Because my voice was higher back then, but it was soft, but it was higher, and I would be made fun of. And you know what? I'm like, look at this now, bitches. That's how I think about it. We were. We were. I am enjoying my vino. Well, I love talking to you guys. You guys are a lot of fun. And I love talking. Here I go holding my glass like it's a commercial. You guys are just a lot of fun. Very sweet. But do send me your address, Riri, because I'd like to send you something. For my wrenches, for my wrench girls. You would not want to go back to high school? Me either. You know, I've never been to any of my high school reunions because there's really nobody I want to see because I'm still friends with two of the closest people that I was in high school with anyway. So it's like, I don't want to go see you douchebags. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on. I'm not going to the, Holiday Inn to dance to Salt and Pepper and, have a couple of shots and oh wow, now you're just fat and bald. So it's like it's been one crazy week. I know tempers flying, emotions. People act so rude at Walmart. Yes, what's up with that? Girl, before you go into Walmart, you need to like protect yourself. Put on some protection oil, Florida water yourself. I don't care what you do. Walmart will suck the life out of you and then some. Wenches. Oh my God, you're the Mystic Village wenches. That's hilarious. You're my wenches. Oh yeah, college was a lot more interesting, wasn't it? It was like I'd love to revisit college years. Oh my God, the wenches. You guys stop. That's hilarious. It has been a crazy week though. Tempers flying, I know. High emotions. Oh, good for you. Do shield yourself. Yes, it's important. Mystic Village wenches. I'm not an astrologer either, Riri, but right now we're experiencing Mercury retrograde, which happened on Tuesday, and it'll be going direct. I think Diana may know or anybody on March 28th. Something's going on with Uranus. Okay, don't make any jokes, but that's what's going on. So this is the Mercury retrograde of the year. Plus, this week we had a new moon in Pisces, and sometimes, personally for me, when a new moon arises, I get more irritable. Sometimes more than a full moon, which a full moon can make oh, it must be a full moon. People are acting crazy. New moons kind of either go two ways for me. So that's what's really going on astrology wise. Whatever's going on with Uranus, I'm not sure. Does anybody know? I'm not an astrologer, but I do try to follow the basics. Just the basics to keep myself updated. There is a good tip, Sherry. If you have, and I learned this from my friend Ruth, if you have um, hand sanitizer, you can, if you have any type of oil, like protection oil, Van oil, anything that you feel kind of protects you or shields you from negative mojo energies. Pour a little bit of that in your hand sanitizer, okay, and rub your hands with that and like down your arms and always do your head, um, and go out before you go out. Because I'm right now because of the flu season. I keep a lot of it in my purse. Where do I get sage? I don't want any evil around my family. Well, the white sage is considered kind of off limits right now because I think it's kind of considered endangered. The best thing to do, honestly, I feel, um, I know Palo Santo is kind of an endangered wood as well. I love Florida water. If you've ever heard of Florida water, Walmart carries it. You can get it online. Florida water for me has been more effective in spiritual cleansings than anything I've ever tried. But I love a good sage and smudging, you can smudge with that. But Florida water for me is really, really kind of like it adds something else. And there's other different kinds of spiritual washes, but that's a really good one. That is a good idea, right? Amazon, Amazon has it. All the YouTube drama, I can't deal with it. Is it calming here? I'm glad. I'm glad it is. Yeah, Google Florida water. You can Google it and it'll come up. And it's very well known, especially in spiritual traditions such as hoodoo. Okay, it's very well known in uh, different spiritual magical practices. So it's bay leaves too. Yeah, Diana, that's correct. So bay leaves are good for protection. Florida water, Walmart carries Florida water. I think Walgreens does. So Florida water is not marketed as a spiritual water. Okay, it's very much a southern thing. Typically, they would also use it because it kind of has like a cooling effect to your skin. It's safe to use on your body. People use it. It's marketed as a cologne. Okay, but it has something. There's something in it that gives off or magnifies a real high spiritual vibration. Okay, Dan, your cousin. Oh, your cousin taught. I need my glasses. Your cousin taught you about sage, right? Burning them. Yeah, sage leaves are very effective. Or do you mean bay leaves? Bay leaves are very effective and they're cheap. They're not endangered. And yeah, I'm like Diana. I'm very much a kitchen witch myself as well. Bay leaves have a lot of properties, and the biggest one for me is protection. I use a lot of bay leaves in my work, in my oils, in my candles that I make. And when you connect with herbs or plants, every person has a different attraction to certain things. So you'll know which one you gravitate towards. Bay leaves, yeah. I love me some rosemary. Rosemary is a big one too. Rosemary plant very much associated with Virgin Mary, or Lady of Guadalupe. I know she's also associated with roses, red roses, but rosemary has a great protection element, and it's also really good for female domination. If you're wanting to dominate something in your life, I use rosemary a lot and I love it. I love it. So I love it. And there's a lot of recipes. Um, you can make your own Florida water. There's different recipes on YouTube. Um, I have a couple of books with Florida water recipes. There is one person that I really like her Florida water that I purchased from. If you guys would like to have her information, she probably doesn't know that I send people to her, but I love her Florida water. And I kind of stretch it out. I'll get a spray bottle and put about this much Florida water in it, and then I'll fill the rest with bottled water or spring water and shake it. And that's how I will clean an area. Or if your room kind of feels heavy or some, part of your house feels kind of heavy, I'll go in there and just spray the shit out of it. I'll go through the house sometimes if the house is getting a little freaky deaky. The Florida water for me has been more effective than sage or white sage or Palo Santo. I haven't used any other types of sage. I mean, there's other types of sage you can get, but so I can share. She actually has a YouTube channel. I don't know her address for her store. Let me try to find it. She makes her own Florida water. She lives in Kansas. Well, let me try to find her website and I'll type it in. She's she has her own YouTube channel too. So she says she sells a 6 ounce, it's about $7.21. But I'm gonna type in her website for you guys. Um she's good. Her products are good too. But she makes her own Florida water. You don't see a lot of people doing that. I'm gonna type this in. But she's on YouTube. I don't remember. That's her website, and I think her YouTube channel is hold on. Her YouTube, I don't know if it's the same name. Oh, okay. It's called, here's her YouTube name. All right, so she's called Primitive Roots. Um, but she's into folk magic, root working, stuff like that. And she does a lot of lives where she will discuss things, and if you have any questions, she'll answer things for you. And she's really knowledgeable. So I really like her a lot. I've sent about 4 or 5 people to her website to buy her Florida water because I really like it. She has other products that she makes that I haven't tried. Um, but I really like her Florida water. You're welcome. And 721's not that bad. Um, it's as comparable as buying manufactured Florida water in Walmart. You may have to pay for shipping, but she's a small business. So anyway, yeah, so this week's is YouTube drama with I noticed that I think it was yesterday. Um there's some YouTube drama going on in the true crime community. I don't really know what's really going on, but what's up with that? I wonder if it was heightened because of um the whole CW release. Yeah, so supporting small YouTubers, small business, it's not and she's got quite a following too on Facebook, actually. I have her Facebook page up, but so spiritual protection is important, and it's something that I never really used to when I was younger pay attention to or even think about. As I've gotten older, I've become more conscious of it and I practice it more, and it really is, and they don't call it this, but it's, to me it's kind of like a practice of self-care. you know it really is like a practice of self-care because we leave imprints of ourselves, or other people leave imprints of themselves or their energies wherever you go. So when you go into a place like Walmart and it's crazy cuckoo and babies are screaming and people are freaking out, and you know, you're like in a fishbowl of negativity and cuckoo crazy, and you leave there and you're like, oh my God. So you got to kind of protect yourself from those energies, and not, because they're going to affect you one way or the other. They should lift each other up and help one another. Drama just isn't healthy for me or anyone. Exactly. And you know what it really is? It boils down to ego, and it boils down to um, money. It's ego or it's money or something. Um, there's, jealousy or cattiness. It's really unnecessary. And, unfortunately, online, if you have an online presence, or um, if you're dealing with people that you don't necessarily see in person, you put a lot of trust in collabs, or put a lot of trust and support with each other. But at the same time, um, there's also a danger with that, because sometimes online you really don't know what a person's real intention is. Okay, so that's where it's kind of like you really have to watch what you put out there, what you share with other people, what you're writing or typing or texting about, because it can really kind of um, come out in one form or the other. But these other channels that create channels for the mere pleasure of tearing people down, or is wrong. I think that's wrong. Making fun of other YouTubers or whatever, that's just wrong. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. I don't know why people do that stuff. Like, you really have nothing else going on, you know? You really have nothing else going on in your life. And you got to make a channel about another YouTuber and their personal life, or their what they've said or what they didn't say. I mean, it's just like, wow. Face slap. You'll reload face slap. Oh, face slap. Is that face slap instead of Facebook? That's hilarious. Wow. That's hilarious. Yeah, so it's it's kind of, and I learned that lesson a few years ago, forming relationships with people in the tarot community online. And I had a couple of incidents where all of a sudden I was blocked, or all of a sudden uh, I'm getting really rude comments on my videos from people overnight. And I'm thinking, what? And it's very much about competition. Who wants to be number one? Who wants to be the winner? And it's ridiculous. And it's just ego. It's ego. And people will climb over you to get to the top. People will, you're kind of, what's the word? Your collateral damage. In order for them to get to the top, to where they want to go, they will step on you, and they will do whatever it takes, even if you think that they're your friend in that moment. um and so I learned that the hard way. It's kind of ridiculous, but you find that on YouTube drama. It's crazy. Yeah, it's bad. The language, attacking people, face slap. It's bad. It's not like, but it is people, and it's really just comes from other people's insecurities about themselves. It really is. It's like, you know, uh, the thing that's really kind of funny is, it's not how many, like for YouTube, for example, it's not how many subscribers you have that give you success, it's how many views you're getting. So if your channel is, say, monetized, it's how many views that you're getting. It's not how many subscriber counts that you have truly. I mean, yeah, it's nice to see a big number, okay, but it's the views as well. There's some channels that have, 30,000 subscribers, but they're only getting maybe 2,000 views on a video, and you're wondering, where's the other, where's that coming from? So it's really about the views, the interaction, and it can be really frustrating to look at your subscriber count and think, what's wrong with me? But it's not about that. I don't even let that bother me. Yeah, there's extensions of you'll know who the real deal is, I think, in the true crime community. There's a little bit of a and I like the the true crime community on YouTube, but there's also branches out or brand or extensions of that community that are also dabbling into other things. So it's the quality of peeps, girl. It is quality over quantity. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is. So it's and uh that a lot of these YouTubers that are good really are off camera putting in a lot of time, a lot of research, a lot of effort to bring you that good content. And they deserve to be compensated for it, and they do deserve that. And then you have some who um, maybe perhaps don't deserve it as much, but it's all in the game of YouTube, and it's all what you know. And you know, I'm new to the I can't even say that word, the true crime community through doing reading. So I'm not even true crime. I'm like psychic detective true crime, if there is such a thing. So it's not like I'm true crime at all. But I've always been interested in true crime. So, it's all good. I mean, how there's so much cattiness on YouTube in the makeup community, you know, uh, especially in the beauty community, makeup community. My God, if you follow that, you know, there's a lot of cattiness on YouTube. That's just how it is. But Mystic Village is minding their own business, staying in their own lane, drinking their vino on a Friday night. That's all we can do. That's all we got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's all we got to do. We are wonderful. Amen. We are wonderful. We've got the Mystic Village wenches. We got the vino. Diana's making chicken. And if there's any cattiness or village idiocy or whatever coming into this chat, Riri and Diana are gonna be like, whoosh, with that wrench. So don't test those Mystic Village wenches. I've never been a wench. Well, maybe I have, but I've never been a wrench in a chat before. That's kind of fun. I'm jealous. I want to be a wrench. Hey girls, you made it. 1191. I like that. Is that your birthday? 1191. If that's your birthday, I could be your mother. Wow. Um, do I know what a red witch is? No, I don't. Please tell me. Now, I've heard of green witch before. What's a red witch? Red witch. So, I might have to refill my glass. Hey, the green prosperity rice is good. Did you get your package? Is that why you're asking me that? Because well, you just answer yes or no. But yeah, I like to work with it. I do. I like to work with it. You didn't get your package? Well, okay. Well, that's funny you asked me that. Diana, you're psychic because you have a little something in there. Little sample of that. I guess I knew that you needed that means that you needed to work with it then. So, and I also put something else in it. I'm not telling you what the other little surprise is. That's funny though, you asked me that because I did put a little sample in it. Diana's psychic. Ah, oh, tweeted she was a red witch. Hmm. Well, I don't know. I don't even know. I've never even heard of that. I don't know what that means. It's the working title of the book you're writing. Oh. Well, do you mind telling us what kind of book you're working on? Interesting. Nelmi's your first name. Oh, I get you. Nelmi, that's a cute name, Nelmi. I love that. I love that. No, I don't know what a red witch means unless she's speaking from like an ancestral or cultural thing. Let me Google. Let's Google. I've never heard of that. That was really sad what happened to him. Let Did you Google that, Riri? What does that mean? All right, I just Googled it. It's still private, I get it. This says in the younger days I met a woman who was said to be a red witch. She had red hair, pale complexion, green eyes. Maybe it's because of the color of her hair. Mm, I don't know what that means. I've never heard of that. That's weird. Do you believe he was murdered? Oh, Waterski asked, when you read tarot cards, are they just a tool for you like crystals? Well, crystals are kind of like their own energy source, or they have their own magical property assigned to each crystal. Tarot cards are more of a tool. So you can use crystals for many things, healing. You can use it for protection or love or whatever that property is assigned to that crystal. You can also do divination mainly with like a quartz crystal. I've done divination with looking at a quartz crystal or like a round crystal, ball. So that can be a tool as well, but tarot specific is just like a tool. It's a tool of divination. But crystals, because they're natural and come from the earth, is different. Tarot cards, of course, are man made, not coming from the earth. Yeah, that was really sad about Anthony Bourdain. I was not really a big fan of his, but that was just very sad, especially for his child, what happened. But I've never heard of Red Witch before. Does she have red hair? I don't know, because that's what I Googled and that's what it told me. It doesn't mean that's necessarily the truth. Can't believe everything on the internet. Ladies. Ladies. Well, Riri, I'm almost done this class. Bottoms up. So tarot cards in particular, um, it's a tool. It's something that you can use for many different things. Just doesn't have to be for what's my future type of questions. Oh, it depends on the week which color her hair is. Did you finish off your bottle? You're ahead of me. Yeah. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. Uh, that's interesting. I don't know. You don't have any wine. Naomi, why is that? Here at Mystic Village, we're more of a we're trying to find merch that are wine glasses that say Mystic Village, but no merch companies are making wine glasses that I can find. They're all coffee mugs. So we like to drink wine over here instead of coffee or tea. I mean, especially when it's the weekend. Dateline is on. Cool. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you go because I'd like to watch that too. Thanks for coming on, Sherry. Yeah, that's on. So you guys might want to hop on over there and maybe I will too. We've been on for an hour and a half now. I'm interested to see because I've never heard of this person. A red witch is a witch dealing in blood magics, Diana said. That's cool. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. Coffee. I've heard of her channel. Coffee. Well, I met my best friend when I was 19. She was from New York and she would always say coffee. That's where that comes from. You don't normally have any at home? I don't normally either, but I had a bottle in my cupboard for like a week and I'm like, oh, hello. Thanks for coming on, Waterski. I'm glad. Oh, you've never caught me live. Wooter. Reset. What? Wooter to New York. New York. Yeah, she was from about an hour north of New York City. She would say coffee and pull over and she still has that little accent years later, even though she doesn't live there anymore. It was cute. Philly is very close to New York. New York. Well, maybe I can go to Philly and then we could go to New York. I love New York. Oh my God. Night, 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 water ski and Mystic Village wenches. Thank you. Thanks for popping in. Thank you. Woot woot. Red Witches follows Marina. Is that Anthony Bourdain's girlfriend? Ha! Are you laughing? Yes, she'd say, pull over. I'm like, what? Pull over. Hit that bell, girl. And she'd always be like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? Not, it's like fuck. Oh my God. I would drive up to New York and see her, and I was 19 in my Camaro getting lost in Jersey without a cell phone in the early 90s. Those were the days. I don't even know how I survived that. But yeah, those were fun times. Oh my goodness. I love the city. I love the city. I've never been to Philly. I've been to New York. I've been to DC. Been to Baltimore. I've been to Mexico City. I've never been to Philly or LA or Paris. Probably the largest city I've ever been in was Mexico City, but New York's my favorite place. I love it. My daughter loves it too. My favorite thing, I wish I could afford to do this every year, is go to New York City at Christmas. God, I would love to just spend a week in New York City at Christmas time. I'd love to visit Philly. Maybe that's going to be on my bucket list this year. I'd love to go visit Philly. I'd like to see Pittsburgh too. How far away is Philly from Pittsburgh? Because I know Pittsburgh has an art school there, art institute, and I know there's a lot of other things going on. Well, let me Google how far away Philly is from where I live. Philly. Let's see. 3 hours and 5 minutes. That's not bad. We're only 3 hours away, sister. We're only 3 hours away. 3 hours from where I live. Because it looks like you are to the west of me. Well, no, I go down south a little bit. Oh, no, hold on. Oh, you're to the east. What am I saying? So 270. Oh, I'm looking at the map backwards. So, yeah, you're up towards the east. So 3 hours, 5 minutes via I-70 and I-95. Nice. That's awesome. What's NOYBMMMMM? Boy, you did finish that bottle of wine, didn't you, Riri? She's got thumb emoji, thumb, heart, 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 martini glass, martini glass, martini glass. You are cracking me up. It's all good. Yeah, I'm only 3 hours away. Marina is a Serbian performance artist, and Alex Jones as an invitation to a satanic ritual. What's that? What are we talking about? Is that related to Anthony Bourdain? Mm, that's some crazy stuff right there. Well, yeah, we're gonna have to go to the Copa Banana. Let's go hit up the Copa Banana. Big conspiracy. Oh, oh, oh. So it is surrounding him. Mm. Yeah, I'm only 3 hours away. So where I live in West Virginia is very close to DC. So I'm like an hour and 10 minutes from DC. Like I'm on the edge of West Virginia. I'm not in the deep sticks of West Virginia. I'm like on the edge of the state. So I'm near Maryland. I'm near Pennsylvania. We're only 20 minutes from Pennsylvania. Well, no, I take that back. We're about 35 minutes from Pennsylvania. And we're close to Virginia and Maryland. I'll have to Google that. That's fascinating. Hmm. You went to Hunter College? That's weird you said that because I had a client who got accepted to Hunter College or Queens College, and they wanted to know which would be better for them, and I kept getting Hunter College for them. So tell me more about Hunter College because she got accepted, and apparently it's not easy to get accepted in there. Is that what's going on? That's weird you said that. That was just like 3 days ago. Diana's psychic about prosperity rise. You said Hunter College. I mean, come on. What's happening? Doubles, and they're famous for regular, salted, and they're strong. Just like my men. I like them salty and regular and strong. They sell only doubles. Is it Upper East Side, New York City? Yeah, so that's so weird you said that. She got accepted into Hunter or Queens College. Which would you prefer? I mean, I know you obviously graduated from Hunter, but what do you think about Queens College? I wish they'd bring Sex in the City back. I was really disappointed they didn't have another movie. I look at NYC and I think of that. Oh, hold on, someone's here. Hey, girls, open the door for Daddy. Daddy's home. Well, I have to go because my boyfriend's back. My boyfriend's back, and I'm gonna get in trouble. We've been on here for a while now, but he's home from work. Hunter is much safer. Good to know. I wonder if she's aware of that. She lives in New York, so that's good to know. Well, maybe I can come on tomorrow night or Sunday. What do y'all think? And we could do readings or something. And Riri, you have to email me your address. Anyway, he's been working for 14 hours straight. So I gotta go say hi. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. I'll be on this weekend, hopefully, and we'll have some more wine. More wine. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Love you guys. Love you, wenches. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.